Hello everyone, this is Smithonian,
And kcscrag.
and we are beginning our 11th ladder game.
Indeed. Now, unfortunately, we don't have our ranking yet because we haven't completed ladder game 10, but
So ladder game 10 is still in progress at the time this is starting, so we'll see how that works out. Hopefully it worked out good, we don't know. But yeah, so our opponents for this game are two from the clan Regal, Memele and Berserk.
Yep.
Taking a look at the settings real quick, we see that they are ranked 17th with a rating of 1707.
Ooh, let me settings 1707.
So we currently have 2177 before the conclusion of our 10th game. So that might have gone up or down. We don't know. Hopefully. If we could have broken 200, that would have been amazing. We'll find out. So yeah, we are 470 rank above them, rating above them, which is quite significant.
Wow. Yeah, just a little bit.
But that doesn't mean these guys are necessarily bad. So let's take a look at their profiles, starting with Memele.
Indeed. Let's see.
It might be Memele or Memele or Memele.
Memele. Yes.
I don't know. I mean, he is Spanish.
Memele.
So
I have no idea how you pronounce that. He's a mathematician, though, apparently. A math magician.
Yeah.
Let's have fun.
He likes strategy games, such like chess.
Such like chess.
He does apologize for his English, though.
Aw, that's so nice.
He has gotten up to 2v2 ladder rank second with a different opponent, with a different teammate. With Berserk, they've gone up to 13th. He has played in a bunch of seasonals, oh yeah. Not doing particularly well in most of them, though.
No, not really.
And he's got about a 50% win rate overall. And
a little bit over.
2v2 is 51, his 1v1 is 55, 3v3 51.
Yeah, he's a pretty good player.
Seems average, actually.
Oh, maybe. Well, that's not. Well, average isn't necessarily. You can only tell so much from profiles. Whatever.
I agree.
He's not a bad player. Let's say that.
Yeah, definitely. Looking at Berserk, his teammate.
All right.
He's American. He started WarLight in 2012, near the end of the year. He has participated in an equally high amount of seasonal ladders, doing equally mediocre in them.
No, I would say he's done a lot worse in them.
Okay, true, maybe. He's also played significantly less games, and he has slightly under a 50% win rate, so... Yeah, and his 1v1 is 45, his 2v2 is 48, 3v3, 37, so... He's numerically a bit below average, but he has still played more games than we have, so...
Yeah, you can only... you can only read so much into winning percentages and the like, so...
Yep. Okay, so we did take a look at their previous history, though, some of their previous games, seeing their tendencies and picks and things like that. And we did sort of look at the board and figure out what we wanted to do.
They go for 1 turn, 2 bonuses, basically all the time, whenever they have an opportunity. Central Eurasia, if this is a 1 turn bonus, they go for it. Basically, period, end of story, it's 1-2 there. And Central Kazakh is probably their number 1.
Yeah, and then another possible 1 turn, 2 bonus on this map is North US. And then the other one is South Pacific, although they don't seem to like South Pacific.
Yeah,
they seem to choose every other 2 bonus except for that one.
Yeah, which is a little strange, but I haven't really seen them go for South Pacific much, if at all.
Yeah. Alaska is a good possibility. Central Africa they will go with, and sometimes, if I remember correctly, they do combo with East Africa, right?
Yeah, they will
Even
combo with East Africa, which is very strange. It's like they'll go 1-2 over there, even though there's no combo. Or, there's no 1 turn combo, I should say. It's still technically a combo, but...
And how often would you think that they choose Yakusha?
They They'll pick it sometimes if it's a one-turn bonus. Otherwise, it's not as likely as like Fairbanks is, Alaska,
Yeah.
or Congo, I think.
Yeah.
I would say the most likely scenario is one of them will have Congo and Fairbanks. And the other one, I think Berserk will definitely have Central Kazakhstan and
Central Eurasia,
yeah, whatever. And
Combo.
Central Eurasia, yeah. And his teammate Memele will either have Eastern Great Lakes and Texas, or he'll have Congo and Fairbanks.
Yep, that seems very, very likely. So we are basically going to completely counter them. Well, not explicit counters, but we're going to win.
Yeah. I'm thinking one of us should go for like a two. Australia's really good.
Yeah, Australia is basically perfect. One person gets that bonus, and then the other person gifts, and then this person destroys.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, since they almost never choose South Pacific, it's very safe because it's just a bunch of 3 bonuses around it. It also does have access to, the Pacific Islands to end up going to North America if we need it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So that can be our 2-3, and then I like a 1 up in Scandinavia that allows us to have access both potentially through Greenland to get to North America, or West Russia to get to Central Eurasia.
Yeah, the most likely scenario is the guy in Finland will be taking Northwest Russia and gifting it to whoever the guy in Australia is.
Yeah.
And then that guy will be hitting the guy in Central Eurasia. He'll be moving down there, and he'll be in Volga, breaking Kazakhstan, and then Central Eurasia.
Yep.
That's the ideal scenario anyway.
And then our next few picks would be useful as scouting.
Yeah, definitely
to figure
knowledge.
out sort of where they are, because we see them choosing Central Kazakhstan a lot as their number 1s, so we can have that as 4 and get knowledge over it.
Exactly.
Then we can have another good, Central Africa. We want to know whether they're there or not. They seem to almost never choose the 3 bonuses in Africa unless they also have Congo.
Yeah.
So Congo's the one we want to check as 5, I think.
If we get Congo, that means they are not in Africa, basically.
Yeah. So,
unless we see them
Congo,
next door in South Sudan.
Which would be strange.
Well, yeah, but there's a possibility South Sudan could be 1 and Congo 2 or something like that, and then we could happen to just get it coincidentally.
Yeah, I guess. That would be quite an interesting situation.
Anyway, in general, we'll either know immediately if it's contested, or if we don't see anybody in South Sudan, we'll know for sure Africa's open. We can expand there freely.
Mm-hmm. And if Africa is open, then he's got the combo in North U.S., and we're going to have to go through the Azores from Africa or through Greenland from Scandinavia. One of the two, whichever is easier. Or even the guy in Australia can come through West U.S., through the Pacific.
Mm-hmm.
But in a situation like that, we will have to figure out exactly what will happen. But after the 5 in Central Africa, assuming that we miss Africa, then they have that combo. Then East Canada is extremely useful.
Yes.
Because we have direct access to the Azores, which can counter Africa.
Yep.
And also, in the possibility where he goes for Congo and Alaska, East Canada is directly in the middle. We can sort of, figure that out, how we want to do that. But yeah, it will also potentially give you a good option if someone gets 1-6 to get Greenland quickly.
Ah, true. That would be interesting.
I had actually not thought of that before, but yeah, that is definitely something useful.
That would be very cool.
Yeah. So it's, considering their picking strategies, it's extremely unlikely that we would get beyond 6.
Mm-hmm.
Just because them choosing any of these bonuses really is unlikely, except for Kazakhstan and Congo, is extremely unlikely.
Yeah.
But in that case, we might as well go for the safe income, I think,
Yeah,
instead of
so
South America.
I guess we could go like Bolivia and then southern Mesoamerica to counter it.
Yeah. So this will give us safe income because it's surrounded by wastelands. And if it would probably be once, well, I don't know, any situation that we can come up with where somehow we get to 7 means that they have done something very strange for their picking strategy.
Yeah, very outside the norm for their picking strategy. If we do get to 7, I don't think it'll happen. I do think it's very likely we could get to 6, though.
Yeah, 6 is a definite possibility, which is why we want it right next to the Azores.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think, yeah, 7 Bolivia, 8 southern Mesoamerica is perfect. Perfect in the exceedingly rare chance that it happens. But that's usually how the 8-7-8 is anyways. It's very rare that you get to 8.
Yeah.
Especially on this board. You know, the old 2v2 board, it was more likely, but... Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm liking these picks overall. As we've said before, it's very likely they will get Central Eurasia, and the other person will either be in North US or Congo.
Yeah. If we do get Congo, we can basically assume that they're in North US.
Yeah, unless we see the guy in South Sudan. That's the only possibility where we may not assume that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if for some reason he has East Africa, then he might be in Alaska as his next pick or something. Or at that point, you know, we have no idea. He could be in Fuchsia just as likely. But anyways, I'm about ready to commit. How about you?
I am prepared. Let's commit.
Okay.
And what the heck? They didn't.
So they did something strange. So we got our first 4.
They didn't
So
go
they did
for
not go for Central Eurasia.
which
Something
is,
that was by far the most common thing in their picks.
that is very unusual for them. I don't know what the heck they're doing. I am
Means that
very
they,
confused.
They have learned from their previous games that Central Eurasia is not a very good pick, usually.
I guess so.
So, congratulations to them. Yeah.
Wow, yeah. Well, they've definitely got North US then.
Yeah, North US, and the other guy probably in Congo. That's what I would think.
Congo, yeah. Probably Congo,
Yeah.
South
Well,
Sudan.
We say this assuming that they didn't completely abandon their previous picking strategies. You know, it's possible that for some reason they decided to combo Siberia. You know, I don't know. But we're going to assume Congo and North US, I think.
Yeah,
That's the safer assumption.
This is way outside the norm for them, but this is okay for us because you'll be able to take West Russia pretty easily after you get Scandinavia.
Yeah, 2-turn Scandinavia, third turn Kazakh.
I don't even know if you take Kazakh.
Well, yeah, I could see not doing that.
Might just be better to just go into Volga and take West Russia, then take Kazakh after that. In fact, yeah, right now just watch, and if you see anybody in Central Eurasia,
That would be... Yeah, I suppose it is possible that we would capture... If they put Central Eurasia as 1 and Kazakhstan as 2, then we may have just stolen that from them.
I find that very unlikely, though. That would mean they got first pick and last pick.
I mean, there's a 25% chance of that.
Well,
somebody has to get first and last.
There is a 25% chance that would happen. That's just strange.
Well, nonetheless,
although I guess it is actually. Well, yeah, no, it is. Yeah, they do. They would have to get last pick. Huh? That's strange. Yep. That's unlikely, but it is possible. So we won't completely discount it, but at the same time.
Yeah. In this case, should I?
Well, you just work on Scandinavia.
Central Kazakhstan still?
Yeah, I mean, you don't gain. I mean, it's taking East Kazakh and West Kazakh. It's
well, that really wasn't what I meant. I meant like, should I attack like Karakum Desert?
Nah. I mean, we'll see him move out if he's gonna move. You don't really gain any advantage from hitting it this turn. I mean, I could
Sure.
see hitting it next turn, potentially.
Yeah, we'll see how it looks at that time. I'm just going to work on Scandinavia then. I'll be able to guarantee it next turn unless he decides to attack like Central Asian mountains with everything. Then I'll have to, stay alive.
Yeah. Of course. This is very out of the ordinary for them, though. Huh. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. I mean, it's strange because they were very consistent with their picking strategy. Like, it didn't matter who they played. They would play good teams and bad teams, and they would do the same things. And now, all of a sudden, they decide not to go for one-turn Central Eurasia.
Well, we don't know that yet. They might have just gotten, last pick and lost it.
I guess. Anyway, we'll see what happens when turn advances.
Indeed. And turn has advanced.
Yes, sir, it has. Let us watch.
Watching. Anything interesting going to happen? Probably not. It's turn 1. Yay.
Well, I got maximum losses. You minimum and max.
Intermediate. Yeah.
I got intermediate as well. Never
Not
mind. Yeah.
You
Slightly.
still guarantee the bonus though, so that's all that matters.
Yeah, true.
And I can guarantee mine as well. We don't see any activity from possible guy in Eurasia, so
Possible guy in Eurasia.
Yep.
Is his name?
His name is Possible Guy in Eurasia.
Ah.
Of course.
Of course, obviously.
Yeah,
Clearly.
I thought we established this already.
Was there ever any question?
You tell me.
No.
Good. Okay. So I'm going to be finishing Scandinavia, and then next turn I'll start working on West Russia, I guess.
You don't want to go there this turn?
It won't help me finish it. I can't finish it next turn anyways.
Won't it? I think it would still help you, though. I mean, like, you could at least get into... You could, like, take Volga, and then from Volga you could take Arkhangelsk.
Yes.
And that would be...
But it won't get me there a turn faster. I guess it is slightly more efficient use of leftovers, maybe, depending on... unless the 20% chance of failing in Volga happens.
Well, yeah, if that happens, then you can just throw your hands up in the air and be like, well, dang.
Okay, well, I've committed my major symbol.
Okay, alright. Let us watch.
Oh, yeah, I didn't realize you had committed law.
Oh, sorry.
Okay,
yeah,
let's watching.
Yeah, your moves were simple. Mine were even simpler.
Oh.
Hopefully I don't get hit from Papua New Guinea. Please don't let that happen. It didn't. We're good.
Yeah.
You got Volga!
Yeah, minimum losses there.
Sweet.
Intermediate losses elsewhere. Okay.
So you can take Archangels?
Yeah, I'll hit Archangels, and that's it for this turn. I'll move everything else to Norway so I can get Northwest Russia with them, and then I'll have the bonus next turn.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. Indeed. Okay.
I guess I'll just, I will move my leftovers in position to help me in New Guinea next turn. Other than that, I will expand.
Yeah. And I guess eventually you should both go into Africa. Well, you just expand everywhere, really. Go everywhere.
Take
Put it central
everything.
into Africa, go into South Asia and East China, go across the Pacific, check Russian Far East and West U.S. and South America.
Everything.
I'll end up going through Greenland and probably Western Europe to get to Africa and North America.
Well, focus, I would just say focus on, well, alright, I think each of us should go after a person. Alright, I think I am in a slightly better position to go for, to beeline it for Madagascar and focus on the guy in Africa.
Okay.
I think so. You see, am I correct in thinking that? it might actually not be bad if I, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. It'll take me 4 turns to get to touching Tanzania from Singapore. With you will be going West Central Europe, Italian Peninsula. Then you could bust straight in. I'm not sure. Would it be better if I did it or if you did it and then I go for North America?
I think we're both about even. I mean, you can get to Southwest U.S. to border the guy in South U.S. in 5 turns, and I can get there in 6. I can get to New Brunswick or South Quebec in 6 turns. Well, yeah, 6.
So I can actually get there a little faster.
And I can actually just barely get to North America faster. But it's only a 1-turn difference either way. So I don't think it's crucial that, I don't think that there's a right and a wrong way to do it. I think either of us can go in either direction at this point. I mean, this is probably the turning point where we need to decide that.
I think it makes sense if I go for the guy in North America.
Well, see, what you would be going through the 4 in Solomon Islands, the 4 in Hawaiian Islands, and the 4 in Southwest U.S. I wouldn't be going through any 4s.
Why would I? I don't need to go into Southwest U.S.
Then it would take an extra turn, and we would have equal distance.
Well, yeah, but my border would be better. You
would have a double border, yeah.
And it's unlikely he wouldn't be expanding in West
doesn't really matter in this case, though. I mean, we're expecting to meet them before that, right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I expect to meet him in West U.S. before I get. I expect it if I take California, I'm lucky. I should meet him from Hawaiian Islands with a stack.
Okay, well.
Depending on how he expands, but South Canada really limits his options. I mean, he has East Canada and West U.S. That's about it.
Yeah.
So anyway.
The thing is, though, is that better than me meeting him in East Canada with a stack?
No, I like East Canada better, but the thing is, I like North Africa even better. If you meet him in North Africa, he's screwed. Because he doesn't... You see, with me, he has a chance to bottleneck me. I mean, because I do have... That's why I would need to have a huge stack in Mozambique. When I met him. I mean, with you, you don't have that problem. I mean, you do...
But you have the same problem against the guy in West U.S., don't you?
Yeah, but at the same time, you have a much quicker route to Africa than I do.
It's 1 turn faster.
Is it?
Or it might even be the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 turns for you to get to Mozambique. 1, 2, 3, 4 turns to border Chad.
Yeah,
so
but that's
1 turn faster.
If you are in Mediterranean, you're ahead of me because you've avoided a possible bottleneck. You've got him at that point. If you get
Mozambique's not the bottom. Well, you can just go to Zambia, Zimbabwe.
Yeah, but that's an extra turn, and well...
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a little... He's already seen me at that point. He's got time to prepare.
The thing is, though, that's less of a bottleneck than Hawaii is, by far. Isn't it?
Than Hawaii?
Yeah, because if he can defend California, you will not get to him for like 8 more turns if you try to go around.
I mean, I agree, but... Well, I mean, I don't know.
I mean, that's sort of what I'm saying. I think at this point, a 1-turn difference, like me getting there in 4 turns, you getting there in 5 turns, isn't that big of a difference.
Okay. Well, I mean, it also gives you the opportunity. We also
don't need to decide this turn. We don't need to decide right now.
True. But I do like... Well, there are advantages and disadvantages to each of these. An advantage for you going into North America is...
Or maybe we just both go into Africa, destroy that guy, then go after the other guy. We don't necessarily have to split off, do we?
Well, I'd rather not give them an opportunity to use a gift and help each other out.
Well, we would be helping each other out already. So it wouldn't put them ahead of us.
No, I don't think it. Well, I don't like giving. I don't know. I like the idea of one of us pressuring one guy, and basically we get initiative on both guys, and then they've basically lost the game at that point. If we get to them first,
but there's
then
a
they
risk
lose.
with this. There's a risk that they both decide to head north towards Europe.
This is true. You see,
then they are the ones with the initiative.
this is true. But if you go, I don't know. What I'm trying to say is, if you go into Greenland, that's good expansion. You could possibly do that and go towards North America. That's an advantage for us, because Greenland, since South Canada is wastelanded, Greenland is very good, because he's not. I mean, he's basically got the border in Labrador. He's got it. I mean, if he gets there faster than you, which it's very possible he could not do that, because he could go to take West US first, which makes more sense. But anyway, it's just, let's see. My problem with going to Africa is I'm taking a lot of places that are just worthless for expansion. That's the issue I really don't like about this. Is Singapore, Sri Lanka, Madagascar, Mozambique, all of that, it's sort of wasteful takes.
Well,
in that, sure.
Just saying, I mean, it's not like I'm going to be taking Western Europe because the Azores is too close to the guy in America.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Greenland
and
is.
It's not like I'm going to be taking North Africa either.
Yeah, I do think it would be better if I go to Africa and you go for North America.
Well, we don't need to decide this turn.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
I mean, it literally is basically the exact same situation for either of us right now. Assuming we've guessed where they are correctly, you know.
Well, there aren't that many places they could be at this point.
Well, there is still Yakutia.
Yeah, there's Yakutia.
If he decided to combo Yakutia with East Russia.
There's Yakutia, then there's Central Africa, and then there's the Americas, the North America places.
You know, and Alaska's another possibility.
Yeah, Alaska is very likely, I believe.
So, I mean, we don't know. I mean, if the guy chose Alaska, he might have gone Alaska, Yakutia, or whatever, and then gone. We'll get both of those, and then work towards the middle for East Russia. I mean, we don't know for certain that there's anyone in Africa at all.
You're right. We don't.
I mean, we don't even know for certain that. Yeah, I mean, we know that there's 3 likely positions and there's 2 people, so one of them is empty.
You know,
that's all we know.
If they happen to not be in Africa at all, and I move into Mozambique with a stack, or Zambia, Zimbabwe, whatever with a stack, I think it makes sense for me to just break the wasteland and take the 4 bonus.
Well, you'd only have 2 of the spots in it.
Well, no, the reason why it makes sense is because I'll only lose 7 guys taking South Africa. It's a lot faster to get it in 1 turn instead of waiting to move through the other places.
I can see that. But, you know, it would depend on a lot of other circumstances.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, if maybe I have to gift and you have to help me out, then you're not going to be able to dedicate enough guys down there or whatever. But, yeah. So, this is all stuff that we can figure out in future turns. So, I think we've done everything for this turn, though. I'm going to take a look at your orders real quick.
And admire them. Look
exactly
at their
as
greatness.
expected. Everything is good. We're expanding. We'll see how long it takes to meet them. And we'll see what happens when turn advances.
Indeed!